I won't stop till I hear him say,
Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. This is going to be part 2 of the previous video series where we're discussing the CBDC rollout, the corruption in the central banking system, and this massive transformation in our global financial system that we are all currently experiencing as of right now. If you all enjoy video breakdowns like this, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate the love and the support. We also ask that you take it upon yourself, if you enjoy video breakdowns like this or others that we have like it on our channel or any of our platforms, that you copy the link to our videos and share them amongst your social media platforms to get the word out, get the message out, and spread information. We do appreciate the love and the support. Without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy this video series part 2 of the previous video breakdown. With that being said, be cognizant, be aware, and I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown. Now, real fast, let's jump over to a PDF real quick. Tokenization of Europe 2025 agenda. Should Europe develop into a token economy? All right. We have some other parts of the book PDF pulled up. All right. I'm going to go into detail on this specific PDF, Tokenized Europe 2025. You can see right here, Europe, which took pledge to create this European Tokenization Europe 2025 initiative found by the European Commission and the German Banking Association. So again, shout out to some of the CYPRX researchers that displayed this PDF to us. We're going to scroll down to page 6. All right. On page 6, let's zoom in here. We come over here and it talks about central banks have begun looking into creating a new form of money called a central bank digital currency, which obviously, of course, most people in the cryptocurrency space are already aware of. But this is so bad. This is so bad. CBDCs are digital assets that represent a nation's fiat currency. So we're going to go into fiat currency. Again, fake money. Fiat currency is fake money in a complementary way and are backed by its central bank. It goes on to say, tokenization is, of course, not the only innovation that is currently shaping the digital world. It is developing both in parallel and in a combination with such technologies as advanced analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and the Internet of Things. While the boundaries can therefore be a bit blurred, this fact is also a strength of tokenization. Combining these technologies can create new applications such as digital twins, which are virtual digital models of physical objects, and are used to experiment and conduct simulations. Distributed ledger technology, which is the cornerstone of tokenization. So we'll stop there. Distributed ledger technology is the cornerstone of tokenization, right? Tokenization of all real assets, real estate, bonds, stocks, securities, art, music, everything, okay? It's coming. So back up to here where it talks about the central bank creating central bank digital currencies. Well, let's just go back a second to the book PDF, The Hidden History of Money, and talk about what we've already experienced over the past 400 years, okay? This is on page 12 of The Hidden History of Money, and it says, all money that is created and tracked in the ledgers of privately controlled and commercial retail banks is counterfeit, i.e. fiat money created from nothing, backed by nothing, owned by private bankers, aka fiat money. Again, what are these CBDCs doing that they're creating right now? They are representing a nation's fiat money. So we're going from one fake system to another fake system, except this new fake system that they're now creating allows them to monitor every single transaction on blockchain, okay? It's nuts what's happening right now, and people are so asleep to it, okay? So heading back over here to go on to the fiat money system. If one creates money out of thin air, again, which is what the banks are doing, again, with the CBDCs, and then pass on what did not exist before, charging interest and using physical assets as collateral, then it is in reality a model for expropriation, he said. They're talking about, he said, this professor at the Economics University in Vienna. When banks create money that is not backed by any asset of their own, it is referred to as fiat money, aka legalized counterfeiting, which is, again, exactly what the banks are doing, transitioning from this fiat world to now this tokenized economy. They're just creating central bank digital currencies just like they created fiat money. The process of creating fiat money by private bankers implies that everyone's wealth and productivity by the private bankers who issue money against it, the national debt is in fact a record of how much bankers expropriated from the people. Actually, the entire banking system is a fraud. As recently explained by Australian professor, he goes on to say, the current crisis stems from the banks. The banks, private, central, and commercial banks, invent money as a part of the credit creation process. But if you create money out of thin air, aka counterfeiting, then pass it on to others while adding interest to it, something that did not exist before, then also make physical assets as collateral, that is in reality a model for expropriation. If the social model goes wrong, this is also the reason for bank secrecy rules. Banks are not in a position to reveal where the interest for saving books, property saving contracts, and such like comes from, and so show that it is all a complex pyramid scheme or Ponzi game in reality. Boom. And what are they doing right now? Right? They are literally creating central bank digital currencies based off of this fiat system, right? It's absolutely mind-blowing what's happening behind the scenes right now. So back to this PDF. Let's go down to page 8. All right, here we go. This is where it talks about the lack of education, okay? So here, I know that it's zoomed in. It says, a third and important factor is that educational perspective only in a minor percentage of society correctly grasp the significance of distributed ledger technology. So it's literally telling you in this European PDF right here that talks about this tokenized economy agenda 2025, that the majority of individuals, the mass percentage of society, does not correctly grasp the significance of distributed ledger technology, all while they're transitioning to this digital tokenized economy, creating money, again, based off of a fiat system that was created out of thin air in the first place. It says, blockchain without associating it exclusively with cryptocurrencies. This general lack of awareness around tokenization itself nurtures a certain level of skepticism. So this is why individuals that aren't involved in deep crypto research and utility-driven assets are skeptical to them. This is why you see amongst the mainstream YouTubers, when they make a major crazy price prediction, they don't know what they're talking about. They're drawing some Fibonacci sequence on their chart, making some $1,000 XRP price prediction. It's hard to believe them because, number one, bank and institutionalized traders don't trade based off of a Fibonacci or retail indicator-based trading system. But second, it's because most individuals don't actually understand what's about to happen, and that all assets, real assets in the future, are about to be tokenized. It is happening. It is 100% happening right now as we speak. Okay. Going back to this, what is to stop US banks and their customers from creating $1 trillion or $10 trillion or even 50 trillion on their computer keyboards to buy up all the bonds and the stocks in the world? So how easy do you think it's going to be? They've created this fiat system. Now we're moving to this tokenized economy, okay, where everything is about to be tokenized, everything. So in the future, in the next decade, it's not just going to be some things, because the thing about this switch, this digital transformation that people don't understand is that if one business tokenizes or one economy, let's say, for example, since we're on Europe, let's just say the European economy tokenizes all of their assets. Well, then it's going to be hard for every single economy around the world, China's economy, Russia's economy, Japan's economy, Brazil's economy, whatever economy you want to talk about. It's going to be hard for them to transact with Europe, because if they're still on a paper-based economy and Europe is on a digital economy, it's going to be hard for them to interconnect, right? Interoperability. So every single economy in the world, the whole globe, is going to have to be digital. That's proof that this transformation is happening. Because if one is digital, the others have to be digital, or they're not going to be able to interoperate, okay? Finance has become the new mode of warfare. Without the expense of military overhead and an occupation against unwilling hosts, it is a competition in credit creation to buy global real estate and natural resources, infrastructure bonds, and corporate stock ownership. Who needs an army when you can obtain monetary wealth and asset appropriation simply by financial means? Victory promises to go to the economy whose banking system can create the most credit using an army of computer keyboards to appropriate the world's resources. That's a massive statement right there. And we're going to scroll all the way down to page 492 of the Hidden History of Money. Again, The two books, if you just jumped onto the Zoom, that we're referring back to are The Creature from Jekyll Island and The Hidden History of Money, The New World Order Usury Secrets. This is a massive pyramid Ponzi scheme by the central bankers. And now, not only did they take over the old world, which is the paper-based world, but they are about to take over this digital infrastructure that they are forcing everybody to transition over to. And they're, again, making it out to be like it's about to be safe and easy for the average retail investor. And what they're not telling people is that every single statement in this specific fundamental here from the Netherlands Bank, or I don't know how to pronounce that properly because it's in Dutch, but the Euro system, you guys can see right here at the top, it is false. It is false information. They are lying to people. I mean, at the end of the day, what can we all do? Okay, we're not big enough. Even if a billion people woke up tomorrow and realized how corrupt the system is, and we all came together, we would still not be big enough to take the system down. What you can do, and I've told you guys in past video breakdowns and past talks, is buy liquid assets that operate outside of the banking system, right? Like physical assets, art, real estate, gold, silver, things that the bank cannot digitally manipulate that still and will hold value even when we transition over to this digital economy. I cannot stress enough. I'm not telling you guys to go out and buy gold and silver specifically, right? Because that's not, I can't give you guys financial advice. But do your research on diversifying your portfolio into assets that the bank cannot take from you unless they come to your house and knock on the door, or come to your property and hold you at gunpoint and tell you to get out of your house. Okay. I cannot stress enough. This is just the last thing I want to share with you all. February 8th, 2023, this article came out. Tokenized Europe 2025 initiative launched by the EU German Banking Association. This is where that PDF came from that I just read to you, where they literally told you that the lack of financial education amongst the general public is obviously there, that most people don't even know what distributed ledger technology is. And in my personal opinion, I'll end this note here. Every single individual that invests in utility-driven assets that have a future in revolutionizing this new payment infrastructure, specifically utility-driven assets that have things to do with CBDCs and interoperability between CBDCs, will be the digital assets that individuals holding them get to experience life-changing wealth. I'm not going to go into detail on what digital assets I believe those to be, but the ones that are connected in some way, shape, or form to artificial intelligence, peer-to-peer services, businesses, right? Enterprises, CBDCs, things of that nature. Get out of this whole Bitcoin, Ethereum, meme coin mindset. Do research on utility-driven assets, because although it seems slow and like depressing right now because we're in a bear market, that is what has to happen for this market space to thrive. There has to be an extended period of a bear market. Why? Because all the bullshit that's in the market right now, including enforcing regulation at the same time, has to get witted out, which will make it seem like there's some massive disappearance of this digital space going. It's not happening. It's not going anywhere. These regulators are going to make it seem to be that way, especially this whole SEC bullshit that's going on. Nobody cares about the SEC. Nobody. Only individuals in America. Do you think the rest of the globe gives a fuck about the SEC? Excuse my French. No, they don't give two shits. Only enterprises, businesses, institutional players in America care about the SEC and what the heck they have to say. Nobody else in the world cares. And I guarantee that for a fact. You think institutions in Saudi Arabia care about the SEC? No. You think people in China care about the SEC? No. Okay. Don't let all this crap manipulate you. Really, truly understand what's going on behind the scenes and how you can operate not only in the digital space, but in the physical asset space outside of the banking system. You have to play your cards right. Yes, of course, obviously it's risky involving yourself in digital assets because nobody truly knows the future. Even what I'm saying here could not be the case in the future 10 years from now. I don't believe that to be the case. I feel like what I'm saying is going to come into fruition in the future. But just in case Worst case scenario, always diversify your portfolio. And how I'm doing that, and I'm sure other individuals here in the CYPRX communities are doing that, is by getting into liquid assets that operate outside of the banking system, real physical assets that you can touch. So for example, if I buy 100 silver coins and 100 gold coins, okay, I'm diversifying my portfolio. I can take those gold coins over to Africa and use them. I can take those gold coins over to China and use them. I can take those gold coins or those silver pieces over to Europe and use them, because they will still have the same intrinsic value here in the United States that they do over in other countries. They're physical assets that will not be manipulated by whatever these banking idiots are about to do to our financial system behind the scenes.
I won't stop till I hear him say